I already made that TikTok when I first got to the program that I'm in.
Really?
It just happened that I always wanted to make some kind of content, like on Instagram or YouTube or something,
Right.
and but I just never had I didn't even know how to start. And a lot of people, I put myself in this rehab that I'm in right now, right? But there's a
Right.
lot of people here that come from county and from prison, and they're court ordered. And it just happened that my roommate, I live with a roommate, right?
Right.
And he just happened to come in with I guess when he got locked up, he had like a wife beater on, and they don't the jail does not allow you to leave with a wife beater. So
Really?
they gave him scrubs, medical scrubs. And when he came in here, I was just like, they kind of look like the jail uniform, like the jailish uniform they give you when you get in there. So I'm like, I don't know why it just came out of thought. I was just bored up in here because when I first got into to the program, since the whole COVID thing going on, they had me on quarantine until
Mm.
my COVID results came back. You know,
Right.
and so the first 30 days, I literally couldn't even step out the apartment I was in. So I was just bored out of my mind. I was bored out of my mind. I don't really watch that much TV and stuff. So, and then on Instagram, I just saw like a lot of TikToks, going on. So I'm like, and it just came to my idea, and I always thought it was like living up in county jail. Like there were certain like things you have to do, like to like able to live, like or like there's things you have to like certain things to do just to like that aren't the same, but you try to do it to make it seem like you're at home.
Right.
And it was sometimes some of it was just so funny to me, but it worked. So it just came to my mind. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just start making these videos and stuff and see what it gets to me. And
Right.
it got somewhere.
Right. The skits, bro. Those jail skits are funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I came across them and I was like, damn, this guy's humorous. You know what I mean? Um, has anyone that's been to jail and prison like reach out to you and like like your content?
Yeah, just recently, some guy, he's from another state. I'm not sure what state he's from, but he talks about his prison stories and stuff like that as well.
What's his
And
username?
um, I forgot, to be
Okay.
honest. Yeah, I keep forgetting, but I'll let you know though. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I'll tell so you can hit them up and everything if you want.
Yeah. Shoot me a
Uh,
text.
yeah,
Because
I will.
I probably know him.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely will.
so
Uh,
yeah, go for it.
no, I was gonna say, yeah, yeah. He commented on one of my I followed him, then he actually commented on one of my videos, and then I just reached out to him, and we just like we just gave each other props and stuff.
Right. That's what's up, bro. That's TikTok is a good platform for trying to get your talents out there. Do you want to get in the acting, like the acting industry?
It was never like I always thought it would be cool to do. I never actually reached out to anything like that, but I always had in the back of my mind that I could probably fit the part.
Right. Absolutely. Oh, for sure, bro. That your stuff is hilarious, bro. I feel like
Appreciate it.
one of these days, someone's big is for sure gonna reach out to you and get you on. But
I would.
let's get into your background. How were you brought up? What was your upbringings like? Your family relationships. Yeah. What was it like growing up in your shoes?
Well, I grew up with both my parents. I have an older brother, a younger brother. They're both in the military. I just came out to be like the black sheep,
Mm,
out of the family, because I have a love for my mom. I really have love for my mother, and I could say, it's just pretty strong. And growing up, my parents struggled a lot with financial issues, you know. So instead of like in a way focusing, like my older brother, and both my brothers, they were kind of just want to do. They were more on my dad's side. I was more on my mom's side, and my dad would just push him, to do. And both of them became in the military, And since me being with my mom, more to my mom, I would see the struggles. I would see
right.
what she was going to. And that's how I became the black sheep of the family, because I started dealing drugs and anything to like, because it would hurt me to like, ask my mom for shoes, and then we would go to like Payless and get the shoes, and it will still hurt her pockets, even though it would
Mm,
be like cheapest shoes. It will still hurt her pockets, you know.
right.
So before drug dealing, I started actually selling like chips and sodas at the school, you know, and then it led to drug dealing and stuff like that, you know. And I don't encourage that to anybody, you know, because that, later on the road, it got the best of me, you
Right.
know. And that's how I ended up going to jail because I never got caught drug dealing, but then I broke like the number one rule, don't get high if you're on supply, and that's
Mm,
unfortunately that's what I did, and that's how I started, committed like crimes, paid like petty little crimes, that led me to county jails, and I was just going in and out, like the first time I went to jail it was just for like maybe like 2 or 3 days, and then it went to like a week, and then it went to a month, and then it went from that to a year, and then that, and then so. And then the last time I was in county jail, that really opened my eyes because they were actually trying to give me prison time,
mm,
you know. And it was even they had accused me of robbery when it wasn't really a robbery, you know.
right.
It was a lower crime, but they were just confident between, and it got physical. It got physical between me and somebody else, and they had said a false statement on the police report, and then here in LA County Jail, it takes forever. Like in LA, it takes, you go to court, and then they schedule another court like in a month,
Right.
and then after that one, you literally you spend all day. They wake you up around like 3 o'clock in the morning to go to court, and then you don't come back until like again like 6 o'clock in the afternoon or 8 o'clock in the night and stuff like that, and then you literally just you're all day at court just waiting to see a judge, and you're there for like 30 seconds, and they just tell you, "Oh, come back in a month," you know.
Mm, right.
And the reason well and the reason I couldn't bail out because I actually I had a warrant in another county,
Mm,
so they had a hold on me. So actually, unfortunately, I got stuck in the county jail for 5 months fighting my case. And then by the time I beat my case, they just gave me a probation violation, and but it's over here in LA County Jail. I don't know if it's like everywhere, but prior to your sentence, uh, when you're filing your case inside the jail, those days I was counted as two days. So
gotcha.
I was there for 5 months. So by the time I took my probation, I beat the case, and I just took the probation violation. I had done 5 months, so the judge gave me 10 months credit. So I ended up like doing like I think like a month and a half or so, and I forgot about my hold. So when they called me, I actually got a I remember my release date was January. I was gonna come out the first day of 2020, January 1st,
Mm,
and I got out December 22nd. So I got out pretty early, you know.
right.
I got like a week, like maybe like a week early, you know. So I was pretty stoked. I thought I was going home, and they put me in a holding cell with other people. And at first I got a little concerned because they put me in a holding cell full of people that were going to prison.
Oh shoot.
So like I minded my own business. I was just there. I was just to myself. But then because I'm not associated. So like I keep it to myself when I'm in there like that. But everybody there, they kind of know each other from the neighborhood and stuff like that because they know people from all over. And so then I started hearing like, oh, when is the bus gonna come? When the bus gonna come? I'm ready to go upstairs. I'm ready to go upstate. This and I started getting concerned. I'm like, wait, like everybody here is going to prison, and they're like, yeah, I'm like, everybody should go to prison. This is the time to go to the prison bus. So I got a little concerned, and then the COs, we have sheriffs in the LA County Jail. They don't, you ask them, they pass by, you ask them a question, they say all right, but they never come back and answer your question. It's
Right.
like, so like you either gotta know what's up by yourself or just like wish the best of you, like the best of
Wow.
and so when they started calling the names up, I didn't even bother to like tell a CEO or a sheriff, what's going on because I really know I wasn't gonna get answered. So I was just, I was just hoping for the best. And they were calling people out. They were calling people out, by their names and stuff, and they were going, and they were calling the when they were calling people's names, they were saying, oh, they were calling the buses for the different kind of prisons they were going to. So I'm over there tripping, like, what the fuck? Like, I thought I beat my case. What is going on? Because they were trying to give me 2 years in prison. And so I was like, what the fuck is, like, what is going on? Like, I
Right.
beat my case. Like, what like, I was confused. But then they were calling people out, and I was like like nearly the last one to get caught. And it just happened that the other county, Orange County, is like another county near me.
Right.
They had came and picked me up. It was them who came and picked me up, and I had no idea what the warrant was for and nothing like that. So I started tripping again. Because I don't remember that. Whatever I did, I don't remember that night. I don't really remember what I did.
Right.
Um, so I was tripping. I was tripping a little bit and stuff. I was just like, "What shit? What's going on?" And then like the sheriffs, they don't know. They're not the DA. They're not the judges. They just know that I'm supposed to go to their county jail. So I ended up taking that bus ride to Orange County Jail. And again, they nobody they didn't tell me what I was there for. It took me 2 days to go to court. How to do the whole process again, and the process takes forever. It's like maybe like a 8-12 hour process. Just going
Right.
to like tank to tank to tank, and just literally you'll be in one tank for like maybe like 4 or 5 hours, and they literally just take you to another tank, not tell you nothing, and just have you there for like 4 or 5, 6 hours too, with like a bunch of like 30 other people, just right there,
Wow.
like with nothing, and they just feed you like peanut butter jelly sandwiches and stuff like that. And
Right.
then I ended up going to court, and luckily it was just like the crime I committed, it wasn't too bad. It was just like a little petty theft charge and stuff. But luckily, there were I think my sentence was like 30 days for theirs, but they had running concurrent with the time I did in LA County Jail.
Right.
So I did a deal with them. I just had to sign and had to take like a carbon swap DNA, so I could have them in the system, and I got released that night.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I got
That
released probably like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
man,
Yeah,
LA. You said LA County. You were in LA County,
yeah.
huh?
I spent the merge. Yeah, I spent my time in LA County jail.
Wow, that's like prison, damn near, huh?
I it's one of the I've heard it's one of like the most ruthless jails. Like
Up
I'm
there
not.
with Rikers Island.
Oh yeah, yeah. There is Rikers Island too. That one's pretty. I heard some stuff from Rikers Island
Hmm.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, over there in I'm not sure if you heard of Khalif Browder.
No, I have not.
There's this Netflix documentary on him. You should tune in on it. He was actually wrongfully convicted, and he spent years inside Rikers Island.
Oh, yes, the
Hmm.
kid, right? The one with he got arrested
The
for
backpack.
the backpack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
16 years old, bro, and
For
his
nuts.
life after he spent years up in there, it was because when Rikers Island during that time, oh, you have to survive. You have to do it anything and everything you can to survive. For yourself. And I mean, once he got out, it took the best of him, and he became like so psychologically like affected from the whole like being in Rikers Island. Um, he was like it was just unheard of, you know what I mean? And he actually committed suicide.
Yeah.
And there was like this vineyard or like a little like leaves and stuff or whatever you want to call it, like branches and stuff coming down from his window where he jumped out of and committed suicide. It's pretty wild. It was pretty chilling story. Forever or anyone that hasn't watched that, tune in on that for sure. But what was your first day like? How was it in there? What was going through your head on your first day?
Well, the first day, I thought it was, you know, it was nothing that what I thought it was gonna be. I thought, it was gonna be everybody was gonna be on you, like, trying to take advantage of you and stuff like that. But and like just like most prisons and stuff like that, there is politics. You know, there is politics in county jail as well and stuff like that. And When I got in there, obviously I ran. I'm Hispanic, so I ran with the Hispanics, and but it seems like it doesn't matter what race you are, they all like look out among each other and stuff like that. And luckily, my crime rate wasn't that high. My level wasn't that high, so I was in pretty lower levels, and in the most time I was the last time I was there I wasn't trustees, but in the most time I was trustees, so and it's a little bit more lenient there, we get along with everybody,
What was
it
that
doesn't
like?
matter, you see me.
What was that like?
Trustee, I actually had a pretty crazy job. It was pretty. It was not your regular job. Um, I actually had to work with the. I was in Twin Towers in LA County, in LA. And the Twin Towers, it's not a jail. It's a processing center, and it's where they also keep the mentally ill. You
Mm,
know, and I would actually take care. I would actually go and take care of the cells and clean them up when they were out on rec. And I've seen some pretty sad, it's pretty fucked up how they have them up in there.
right.
They don't get treated like human beings. Like when it's wrecked, or when in the day room they have the tables up in the day room because it's dorm. It's like it's cell living, but then we have our day room.
Right.
And then with the TV and stuff like that. And there's tables, probably maybe like 6 to 8 tables, out in the day room. And like in regular GP, we're all out at the same time. But with them, they had to be. It was one. They didn't have the whole dorm come out. It was probably like every other cell, and there will be one per table, and they were handcuffed to the table. They actually had like a little like steel thing popping out from the table, and they were actually like was handcuffed in the table, you know.
What?
And the whole time, my job was to give them when they wanted to shower, soap, a towel, because then they weren't allowed to have none of that, because they're either suicidal or just mentally ill.
Right.
And it was just pretty crazy, like I remember one time, it's kind of a funny story. um I was actually like passing out the lunch, right? I was passing the lunches and stuff, and I had to have the slots to open
Right.
up to throw the slot, so I was pushing the crates, full of sack lunches and stuff like that. And we do it quick, we just do it quick. We go in there, throw them. We had the sack lunch and the orange or milk, you know um and we were doing it quick. Yeah, we did the first, and while we do that, I had the sheriff with me, because he was the one that had to like put the key in and open the slot. So we did it. We were doing it quickly, and then all of a sudden the sheriff stops me, and he like the cell, the little window right there, it was covered up with newspaper. It was covered up, and there was just a small little peak right there. And I see the sheriff look in there, and he's like, "All right, he's sleeping." And he's like, hurry up and just throw it in there. I'm I'm just like a little confused. I'm like, wow, what's up? It's like, this one, he likes to bite people. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, are you serious? Like, yeah, like he has like he used to like he like in the past be like people before me and stuff. That he said they would like when he was awake, they used to like throw the lunches, and he would try like reach out and like try to get like people's arms and bite them and stuff. So like he was sleeping at that time, and like he opened the slot, and I threw the lunch in there, and he like right away closed it. He right away closed it, and I'm like, what about the orange juice? Like, fuck the orange juice, and we just kept on going. But like I just say that because there's like it's pretty fucked up, because like people are in there, like they're like literally mentally ill, but it just sucks how they have to be in the jail before they have to actually plead insanity, and they have to see a psychologist. They have to go through like a long ass process before they even go into a mental hospital.
That's
You know,
crazy.
so it's pretty like, and it's pretty fucked up, because like even like I met this, I've seen how the sheriff treats him, and I've seen how the psychologists are there like that. And LA County Jail is one of the most like overly crowded jails, and they have the psychologists, they have to deal with so many patients like that. And I could just see that they weren't being treated like correct, like how they should have been, and
Right.
just sucks, because some of them really were like they really needed the help, and then like it like being in there, like it wasn't like it wasn't it wouldn't make anything better for them, you know.
Right, and then I'm glad you mentioned that. Because dude, bro, there's not a lot of mental. There's no more like how many. I don't even know how many mental hospitals there are anymore. They're all got shut down and stuff. And like in the 70s and like 80s and stuff, that's when they're all infect. And you know, prison wasn't that like overpopulated. Um, you know, like heavy, all that stuff. You know what I mean? They had like mental hospitals for these people that are like literally mentally ill, that need treatment and not just thrown in this freaking cell, treated like an animal. You know what I mean? Open and close your little thingy to get food and stuff, and then close it back, eat it, and then put it back. You know, like a dog, you just, once they're done eating the food, you get their bowl, whatever. It's so messed up, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess, man. Now, going backwards, you mentioned in high school how you were selling like the chips and stuff, and then it led you to selling drugs. Um, what what made you like do that?
It was just I just saw it. For like like everybody how everybody starts off, I started selling weed, like
Right.
it was just a thing in high school, and one of my best friends, his sister, he was one of the major like weed dealers in the city, you
Mm,
know. So and he actually by coincidence he actually lived like across the street from me, you know. So and this was like back like in ninth grade, and it just like I remember like sometimes I would pass by his house and stuff like that, and one day I think he ended up getting my friend's sister ended up getting pregnant by the dealer, and I was
right.
actually invited to the baby shower.
Wow.
And then from there, we just talked a little bit, and then he just like, oh, and he just kind of just said, hey, do you would like, he just introduced me to that, and he friended me, like, he started friending me and stuff like that. And since I just lived so close, and I was known in my high school, it just led to there, you know.
Right. Did you play any sports in like when you were younger during your youth years?
Yeah, I actually did. I started with karate, and then I did wrestling in high school, but then I didn't like those so much, and I actually ended up being a multi kickboxer,
Dang, that's
and
that's dope.
kind of stuck to that. Yeah.
You didn't want to pursue that?
But yes, I did, but unfortunately, I think in one of my wrestling matches, I hurt my back.
Ah,
I hurt
yeah,
my back, and from there, it's like I still, my back was never the same, and until
right,
this day, I still get like discomfort from it.
right,
My brothers they're still into that too, so I'm still in that, I still get to go and watch them and stuff like that.
right. You're still in that like environment. I
Yeah, and then
feel
when I
that,
go
bro.
to the gym too, or when the gyms were open, I will still go and hit the bag and just stay fit.
Right. Are you in LA? You're not in LA.
Yeah,
You're near LA,
no,
right?
I'm near LA. I'm like by Long Beach, north side
Okay.
Long
Oh,
Beach.
Long Beach. That's right. Okay, Long
Yeah.
Beach. Are the gyms aren't open in Long Beach?
They just recently opened them, but they moved all the machinery like in at the parking
Outside?
lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
outside. The only
Yeah.
thing is, you go on the treadmills, but of course it's like from the distance. Like every other
Right.
treadmill are open.
Right. One back to county. When you're inside county, did your family like ever like reach out to you and like support you, especially your brothers, like being in the military, where they like, damn, like you just went, to, you know what I mean, went to county.
Yeah. My mom has always been there for me. My mom has always been there for me. My brother. Actually, the only number I knew. Well, I knew my mom's number, but I knew my mom's number and I knew my brother's number. But my mom, she doesn't really talk English. She's Mexican. She doesn't really know how to work technology, and I never. She really know how to like, work the system. 'Cause, you
Okay.
have to like put the credit card number and all that stuff. So
Right.
I will call my brother. I will call my brother like every like maybe like I will try to check in with them like once a week because the phone calls are expensive. They're expensive. It's like, I think it's like 25 cents per minute, and obviously
Wow.
by obviously it's your family. You want to be on the phone for a while, so that 25 cents might seem like a lot, but if you're there for like an hour, if you're on the phone for like an hour or two, it runs up,
Absolutely.
and and it just sucks because I wasn't there here in LA County. I think we have like I think like 4 or 5 different facilities, and I was near down there. I'm not so far from downtown LA. That's where the main jail is, right? I might be like 15-20 minutes from there. But then once I got to I was only there for like maybe like a month and a half, and I did get a visitation from them. Once because my parents they're pretty busy. My brother's a security guard at nighttime, so he works graveyard, so he was pretty tired. But they did happen to find time for me one time and came and visit me, and then I got transferred to another facility, which was like probably like maybe like an hour and a half away. You
Mm,
know, so that made it more difficult for them to come visit me. But when
right.
they could, like I said, like I mentioned before, we always have financial issues and stuff like that. So we didn't have the greatest jobs as well, but when they could, they did send me like they put money in my books, and I was able to like buy a little commissary and stuff. But
Right.
I would actually like I had a little hustle in there. I would actually make I would get like the jail uniforms, and I would rip out the strings, like rip out the clothing, the cloths from it, and I will make like crosses, like necklaces and crosses and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like that.
dope.
Yeah, so I will make those, and then cause when I was little, I remember my dad had taught me how to do like the lanyards, with
Right.
the little plastic things like that, and that's exactly how you do crosses. You just make inside the shape of a cross, and then I got a little bit more creative with it, and I started like making like letters. I
Oh,
started
that's
making
dope.
letters, and when I was over there, when they had transferred me to another facility, I was trustee. I was trustee there, and I was working in the sewing. I was working in the sewing machine, like the sewing department, where they
Right.
make all the uniforms. So when I will be up there and stuff like that, I will like get the string, and I will actually like take it out the little plastic thing, and I will go to the restroom, and I'll get like a piece of tape, and I would like tape it around my thigh, and I would sneak it back to the dorm. So like I had all these different kind of colors, and I would just like make them. I will make rosaries, I'll make crosses, and I'll make letters, and people start like, hey, King, like, hey, you think you could do like the initials on my hood or this and
Right.
that? And I'm like, yeah, I started doing that, and then some people will be like, okay, you do the initials of me and my lady, and all types of stuff, like other streets and stuff like the street numbers, and I just started like, it kept me busy, and then it also gave me like it got me
Your
my
mind off.
commissary.
Right.
So it was a win-win situation.
Right. Did you how did they pay you? Was it like like you said, the commissary? Or was it like where they had to like pay you on your account or
No, they were like payment commissary. They were probably like
commissary?
like soups, the ramen soups,
So how did
like
right,
oatmeal stuff like that.
right, yeah, right, exact. Sorry to cut you off, but give me the detail of like each worth of each like ramen or like you said
Oh,
oatmeal.
okay. Well, in LA County Jail, it is fucked. Like it is $1.25 per ramen soup. $1.25 in ramen soup. Only in the county jail. When you go up to prison, they're regular like in the store, like maybe like what like 20 cents or something like
20,
that.
yes,
Yeah,
for one.
a couple cents. But in LA County Jail, it is like it is dummy expensive. Oatmeal, a little bag of oatmeal, that's 50 cents. Colgate, the little small one, that's like $3. A soda will be like maybe like almost, I think almost like $4. I think it'd be like 2.75, 3.75, I think. And then they will actually, it'd be crazy because you if you get it from store, you'll get it. It was like every once depending on what facility you're at in the jail, in LA, the stories are different. Commissaries are different. but you will never get the soda warm.
Right.
You always get it warm. You will never get it cold. But then they also sell. We actually have vending machines in the county jail, and you could actually order a card that they have $10 cards and $20 cards. And you could either you could buy, you go in there, and you put it in the car, you put it in the vending machine, and you pick out whatever you want. And then obviously, those are cold. The solution, those are cold, and those will actually go for like $10.
$10?
$10 just because it was cold.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty
So
crazy up in there. It's
so
pretty.
it's really a hustle. Like how did you like? What are some of the craziest like things you've seen, like art wise, like people come up with to like survive, like make money?
Well, I see all types of stuff. I see people will make the common thing is the crosses, uh mirrors. People will make like they will get the little like gel container. They have like the gel. It's like a little cup like that that comes with gel, and they will get like we would get certain days we would get chips in our sack lunches. Little small, like little lace bags and stuff like that. And I never knew how to do it. I always wanted to, but I never came across someone that would teach me. But they were like, I don't know how. Well, you know how like the inside of it, it's
Like
like the
reflected.
yeah, the reflected thing. They will
Right.
actually, like, I don't know how, but they will like make they will put on top of the little cap, the little container of the gel thing, and they will do some weird thing to it. I would just see like there is one OG person. He will always do it, and they'll make mirrors out of that. You know,
Wow.
and with also the chip bags, they will also make like picture frames. Those are really nice. Those are really like pretty, like those are nice. Like, they will like fold them up, and like they will actually make like a picture frame out of it, and it look nice. You
Really?
know, yeah,
Were people tattooing in there as well or no?
yeah. I was just about to mention that too.
Yeah, go
Yeah,
yeah, go for it. It's all you.
yeah. Yeah, I seen when I was um yeah, people were that's actually a funny story. One time I was up there in July, which I think that's a cancer season. All right, I think that's cancer season.
Yeah, I believe
I'm not
so.
too sure. Yeah, I'm not sure it's cancer, but there was this guy that was tattooing. He started doing, but well, in county jail we don't really have, or they don't really make machines, so everything there is stick and poke. You know, they get a staple, and they get like an eraser bit from the top of the pencils, and
Right.
like they stick it in there, and like they just roll it on the ground until it's sharp. And then you make your inks from like the lead or baby oil and stuff like that. And he was just like tattooing everybody. And then he made like a little design. He made a design. Cause I think the cancer symbol is like the little, it's like 69, like the little like yin and yang type of thing.
Right.
So he decided to make he got the figures from the restrooms. You know how like when you go to like the public restroom, they have like the boy figure and the female
Right.
figure. He got both of them to be laying down with each other. He put them in the 69 position. And for some reason, every cancer that was like the majority of every cancer that was in the dorm got that tattooed on them. You know?
Really?
Yeah, and it was just hilarious because he would just like I would just walk around and be like, "Oh, I forgot his name, but like that one dude, he tattooed you up." He's like, "Yeah, he tattooed you up, he tattooed you up." And I actually ended up getting my first face tat in jail. I got this little I got this one, this little cross
Okay.
right here. I got this
Got you.
little
That's
cross,
nice.
and I also got my year right here. I put like the establishment 1996. I got it right here.
Dope, bro.
And I actually got into that myself. Like
Right.
he left me, like when he was done with it, he left me a little bit of ink. There was still a little bit of ink, and I started I started learning to do it. I actually did a little something on myself. It's right here. And
Okay.
then I got pretty good at it. But the thing, I just couldn't. I couldn't. I'm not good at drawing or like doing like much cursive. So I would just have somebody else do the print, the design for me, and I would just like I would just paste it on the person. I would just like I would tie them up.
Broke it up.
And I
Right.
got pretty good at it.
Right. Yeah. That's talent, bro. That's like some real artwork. People come up with some creative things, especially like how you said the cross. Like that's super creative. How much were those tattoos going for?
They were going for I paid this the one he did for me. I paid $5 for this one.
Five
So
bucks.
they weren't
Okay.
even that. Yeah, they weren't even to be on tattoo. The tattoo work wasn't too much, too bad, you know. But if you wanted something like simple, it was going to pay like maybe like $5 to $15, you know, because they were like just like simple little tattoos, you know.
Right.
But the craziest tattoo I've ever seen, it was from it was one of my neighbors, you know. But I guess he was like into like rocks and like that. And oh yeah, he got the I think it's called the Addicts. I think
Okay.
it's a rock band. Yeah, he
Right.
had gotten he found the magazine, and he got that print logo. He got that you know the tattoo artist, he got that, you know, he copied or pasted like on the paper. And it was like one of the biggest tattoos I ever got. I only saw like names, you know, people getting names tattooed on him. But actually, he got his whole shoulder, and it was just like surprising to me because I never seen somebody do stick and poke and actually like get it down with the shady, you
Right.
know. And
Wow.
it came out pretty good, but like, you know, and it was all stick and poke, you know. It was no machine. It was all stick and poke. It took maybe like I think it took like a week, you know. It took like a week
Dang.
to do, but it was like his whole shoulder, you know. It was like maybe half a sleeve. You know, it was one big one, and that one was really nice. You know, that one was like it surprised me. You know, like I never seen like and the ink, like I don't know how to be doing it, but like this was baby oil, but like it comes out like it's good quality ink. Like it comes out pretty dark. You know, like
Right.
people know how to make people up there. You know, well, there's a lot of people that have been to prison before, so they have their own, you know, their own little methods how they make their stuff. You know.
Right. Does it hurt when you got that one right up here?
Nah, it didn't hurt at all. You know, like
Nah.
it's just like it didn't really hurt. You know, it was pretty quick. You know, this one was like it took maybe like 5 minutes. You know, the
Right.
one on my I got EST like my status grade in 1996. That one, I forgot about that one. I almost didn't finish this one when I got it because it was getting dark. It was getting dark, and then he told me he did this side. He put the EST for status instrument, and then he's like, all right, I think he's like on Monday. I think I got it down on Friday, and he's like on Monday I'm gonna finish you off. You know, like I'm gonna do the rest. So I'm like, yeah, it's cool, you know. And then I was in general population at that time, but then I had filled out a form. I got granted to become a trustee. So then I had told them, I was like, I forgot. I think I'm not gonna be here on Monday, you know, because in the weekends they don't transfer nobody in and out on the weekends, you know. So I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be here on Monday, you know. So like, can we finish it? He's like, yeah, sure, we'll finish it up. And then he ended up finishing up, and then it was funny because when that Monday came, I didn't get transferred out, but he got transferred out, you know. So like, luckily, you know, like I was able to finish my tattoo because I would have stayed, but he would have been gone, and I would just had like been left with like half a tattoo, you know.
That's hilarious, bro. Another thing in LA County, is it just the yellow jumpsuits? Like, what color? Why do they mismatch the colors in the
Okay,
county?
yeah, okay. So blues is general population, and then we got medical, and then we got high power, and then we got, you know, the PCs, and then we got the mentally ill, you know,
Wait, what colors are those?
the mentally
Like
ill.
for each one.
Okay, so general population is blues. Medical is red. No, medical is brown. Um, PC, I think PC is I'm not really sure. I seen a red jumpsuit there, but I'm not really sure which one those are. You know,
Right.
they have an orange jumpsuit as well. That just means high power. And then the mentally ill, they're either with a blue bottom and a yellow shirt, and or they're like in a gown, like in a suicidal gown.
Right. Right.
That's what you don't want to be in because you're literally like just butt naked and you just have that
In that
suicidal
little
gown. Yeah,
right. And
it's
that
pretty crazy.
strength and that strength three chair also, right? Don't they put
Oh
you
yeah, they got that spring seat. I've seen a couple people up in there too.
That's
It's
crazy.
crazy, and it's fucked up because they put like some of them like to spit. So they put like a spit mask on you, and you're just there in the chair for like hours. And it's crazy because when I used to work trustee, I would literally like I would do 8 hour shifts. I would do 8 hour shifts just like a regular job. And when I used to see them in the restraining chair, they were like cuffed up, literally in this position, and they were there the whole time, the whole 8 hours I was working, just like that. Like I can only imagine, like I it was just crazy to me, how these sheriffs just didn't really they didn't really care much for them.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, what they need less COs, more mentorship, and more programs, and um, counselors and stuff inside there. But it's good to have COs for you need some
Yeah,
needs
because
to
we
head
have we
some
have
business.
sheriffs, up in there, and then most of them don't want to be there. No one signs up to actually work in the county jail. It's just I don't know if it's in other departments and stuff like that, but here, like, if you want to be a street sheriff, you have to do your first 2 years inside the jail. you
Wow.
know. So there's a lot of rookies up in there. There's a lot of people that they didn't want to be there. It was just mandatory for them to be there.
Right.
So it's not like they took pride in their job and stuff like that. They just wanted
Yeah.
to get their 2 years so they could become a street sheriff and just get on.
And get
So
their
that's why I
salary.
felt like there was a lack of their job, because they didn't really they weren't really like they didn't really have too much pride in doing that, and they just didn't want to be there. But
Right.
they were overworked as well.
That's the thing too. Like if you that's if you're not passionate about something, why are you in there? And why are you gonna force someone to do something that they don't want to do? Because like you said, it's just that lack of relationship between the CO and the inmates, whatever. Just like being on the street, police officers and these poverty communities, there's lack of relationships. Instead of having these police officers patrol and be heavily armed, why don't you have officers foot patrolling, talking with these people that are living in these homes, Section 8 homes, and understanding their side, you know, and with that, you have a better understanding of both sides, and it'll be a better place. You know what I mean? But those jumpsuits, is that for every single? Is that all up in the county? Is that all? Is that just in LA County, or is that all in California?
Uh, for my, I've only been in LA. When I was in Orange County, I was in in general population, so I'm not really too sure if they got like different jumpsuits but in LA County, that's they categorize as that's
Right.
what you are.
Right, because I've always wondered because I'll see pictures and stuff, and I see people in these different jumpsuits, and I was like,
Yeah,
I
'cause
don't
I
know if
know, I
they.
know, I know. The different states have different colors, but I'm not sure if that's just the general population.
Right, right,
So,
right. So now you now like you're obviously out of jail. Um, Now you're in a rehab, right?
yeah, I'm in rehab right now.
How's that going for you?
It's pretty good. I put myself in here. Like you mentioned, my TikTok. I started doing TikToks here, so like, that's really been like off my mind. Like that what got my mind, like going and stuff right now. I didn't think I really blew up off a dumb sandwich video. It was just like because in LA County Jail we call it the manwich. We put we get like because we get bologna, so we get fed a lot for lunch. We got fed bologna sandwiches every day.
Oh,
For lunch. So I ate bologna sandwiches for lunch for 5 months straight. You know, so and then and obviously we got grown men up in there. And it's what is a bologna sandwich gonna do? It's
nothing.
not. It's not gonna feed you up. So a lot of people will cook the ramen up. Keep it in cook it in the bag, and they'll put it on top of the bologna, and they put probably like maybe like a chip or two. And we call it the manwich. And
Was it fire?
yeah, when you're in jail, it's pretty fire. When you're in jail, it's pretty fire. But once you're out of jail, obviously you got other choices, and but depending who makes it, it could be pretty fire. It could be pretty good. What you put up in it.
Right.
But it's pretty good.
That's funny,
And,
man.
and it's funny because I started seeing these like little TikToks like, oh, tell me you've been, and they say like, was that actually telling me you've been.
Right,
And I
right.
started telling. So I'm just like, I don't know why. Like, and the most part when I do my TikTok videos, I actually plan it out. You know, like I plan it out. I record it on my camera roll, and then I later on edit it. But one day I'm just like, you know what? I don't know why. I'm gonna just do, tell me you've been in jail without telling me you've been in jail. And I made that sandwich, and I actually did it like off TikTok, you know, off their camera roll, you know, because I'm like,
Right.
it's a simple video, and I just made, you know, I got myself the bread, I put the mayo, I put the bologna, the ramen on top, and I just took a bite of it, and that shit just it just blew up.
Wow.
Like I don't know why, like that shit just that I like before that. Before I posted that video, I had like 600 followers. And then the
Wow.
following morning, I had 10K.
Did
You
you
know,
post it at night?
yeah, I posted it like around like 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, in the following, like, I remember I had a counseling session. It was on a Sunday. I remember I posted on a Sunday because I meet up with my counselor every Monday, and I remember after the counseling session, it was probably like 1 o'clock. You know, 1 in the afternoon. Um, And after a session, you know, I go on my TikTok, and from 600 followers, I had 10,000 followers. So I'm like, what the hell, you know? Yeah, I
That's
was just like, what the
insane.
fuck? And it just people just like making like just like, and it was funny because like even people that were in jail, they were just like, what the fuck? Like it
Yeah.
kind of looks kind of good. Like what the fuck? Like you know this and that. The comments were just hilarious, you know?
Right.
And yeah, that be like that was my only video that hit like I think I had like 5 million views, you know. But
Dang.
yeah, so it surprised me. I was just like, what? I was just like, it's a fucking sandwich video, you know, like what the fuck, you know. So just like, hey, but it got me my followers, and you know that's what just like I was like, okay, maybe I should like
Start something.
really keep on making my videos, you know. So like
Right.
now I just make them, you know.
I want to ask you what was real quick. What was the most fire meal you've ever made inside county? Because I know people make cakes too.
Oh yeah, I used to make cake. I used to make those.
Cakes.
Yeah.
How was that? Pretty fire.
Yeah, it was pretty fire. It was actually because I would actually, like I said, I would pass out the lunches, you know. So
Right.
I would come back with a bunch of jellies, a bunch of jellies, a bunch of bread. I wasn't really getting so much commissary, you know. So I would make it from a lot of people make commissary cakes, you know, they get Snicker bars and stuff like that and stuff like that. But I would just make them from like the county product, you know, like the county food, which was like bread, cookies, jellies, peanut butter, and stuff like that. And then I would just make cakes just for boredom. I would just make for just from boredom, and I would just be like, and I would just invite everybody from the tier, and be like, hey, like get a piece of my cake, and people. I remember it came to a point where like after count, everybody like, hey, did you try to make a cake? I got some M&Ms, I got some Snickers. You know, I got a holster, and people just start like randomly just like, yeah, like, hey, make a cake. But I got this. I got a honey bun. Put this on the cake. Put this on the cake. And I just became the cake guy for one period of time. You know.
That's funny, bro. So is that kind of a respect thing too? Like another way of like earning your respect, kind of in there.
Yeah, in a way, it got me. You know, it made my time go by fast. You know, it came in faster. People were like, you know, they knew I was just a pretty lenient guy. You know, I
Right.
minded my own business. You know, people like, you know, it made me like friends in there. You know,
Right.
pretty
Absolutely,
cool. You
bro.
know, like they knew I
Absolutely.
was in no trouble. Like you know, I didn't cause any trouble. They knew I was just a lenient guy. You know, and then well, like who doesn't like cake? You know.
Right. That's so funny. Yeah, that's right. Because I'll see these cakes, bro. I have a few. I have a few people I follow on Twitter that are incarcerated, and they'll whip up their cakes, and I'm like, dang, that actually looks pretty fire. You know what I mean? It may be
Yeah.
messy, but it looks gas.
Yeah, it looks
Um.
pretty messy. I remember once I was when I was still living.
Uh,
Um, I remember one of the sheriffs. He was passing by and he was like, "What are you making?" And then he was just like, "I'm like making a cake." Him just like, "That shit looks pretty good," you know. And
did
that
he
was
let
just
it? Did
it.
you let him have a bite or not?
Nah, I offered him a bob. He was just like, "Nah, nah." He didn't want to take it. You know,
Yeah.
I guess he was like a rookie and shit like that. So he was a little bit too scared. Like, you know, he was a little bit too scared to accept it and shit. Cause I have heard of people like, you know, like I have like you know trying to like giving them and shit like that. But I
Right.
was like, "You want a piece?" And he's like, "Nah." Like he just like he respected, rejected, it and stuff like that. You know. But
Right.
he just seemed like a little bit too scared to like take it. You know. He didn't want to get in trouble or some shit like that. He was young.
Right. I feel that, bro. Where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in, let's say, 5 to 10 years? And where
Shit.
do you want to be at?
5 to 10 years, well, uh, before this whole pandemic stuff, when I got out of jail, I actually enrolled myself into community college. You know,
Nice.
so I used to be a mechanic, but then again, I had big, I worked in mechanic for like a year or so, but then I was just like, you know what, it's not me, like I said, I always kept from my mom, like I don't think this is gonna like be enough for me and my mom's,
Right.
so especially living in LA, expensive out here,
Right.
so I went back to community college, and I pursued a bit to try to get a business education.
Nice.
So maybe like somewhere in the line, probably get my business degree, and just have a couple businesses out there.
Yeah, bro.
Just
Hey,
want to
that's
have like
huge.
services and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, that's huge, brother. I respect that a lot. Like, going back to school and getting your education, get your business degree, and even TikTok can correlate in there. You have like 60,000 followers on TikTok, huh?
Yeah, going there. Yeah, if I don't,
Like
I've only had it for 2 months too. You know.
for 2 months, bro. By the end of the year, I'm gonna hit. Okay, obviously I'm gonna stay in contact between this, but by the end of the year, I'm gonna say December. Once December hits, you'll be at least a million.
Hopefully,
I'll
huh?
say at least a million. Keep doing that content that you're doing, and honestly, bro, you're gonna find someone reaching out to you and be like, "Hey, you want to do this like acting job? Hey, you never know, shit
Yeah,
can
that
happen."
that'd be pretty dope, Like, I just hope I just don't run out of ideas, 'cause I'll go
Yeah,
in there for a certain amount of time, But
right.
then, I be telling my followers, I be telling my followers, hey, like, 'cause sometimes I forget too. You forget things. I experience up in there. So I be telling my followers, like, I remember I was on live one day. I was on TikTok live, and then one of I got a comment. He's like, "Hey, what's up? What's up? Like it's G." And I'm like, "I don't know, 1G," and I was locked up with him. He was like, "Yeah, that's me." So I was just like, "Oh shit, like what's up?" Ooh, and this and that, just and then I would just there's a lot of people that have been in that have been in the county jails and stuff like that. So I'll be telling them when I'm on live, like, "Hey, if you guys have any ideas, you know, send them my way. Send them a message. I'll skip them out for you.
Right.
And I'll just do it. Just to make like 'cause I like to make my negatives into positives, so I don't really
Right.
so
Absolutely.
I don't gotta dwell in the past and be like, shit, I was locked up, this and that, so like, it's just, like it's funny because like a lot of people have bad memories in jail, I know I have my days too, so
Right.
when people see my content, I just want to have them to be like, you know what, that shit's low key funny, I remember I was living those days, but I don't have to go back though, I don't have to go back to those days no more, it's like that. So
Absolutely.
that's how I do my content, and especially in this pandemic, a lot of people like some people are still quarantining, some people can go out. So I just like that's why I decided to make it. Like, hey, just to see if I can make people laugh.
Man, dude, that's so dope because I've never seen that before. Someone being in county or prison and they're coming out and making like skits and stuff. But that's your way of, like you said, making it a negative into a positive. You know what I mean? I truly respect that. I truly respect that. Have you ever thought about getting a couple of your buddies that been through county and like even making like skits and stuff, like grouping up, making skits?
Yeah, I actually do. I actually want to and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I'm in this rehab right now. But
Right.
once I get out, I'm definitely gonna reach out to them. And I'm like, cause sometimes I do be struggling. Cause I want to make certain videos, but I need more than one person. I
Right.
need more than one person. And yeah, I have been thinking about that. I'm gonna go myself. I'm gonna go to a little medical center and buy a bunch of scrubs and just give them out. But hey, let's do this skit. Let's do some shit. Cause I know we can go viral.
Oh,
You
easily.
know.
And you guys can have like a little group name, bro. I'm telling you, that's like easy money, and you already got it down too. Especially, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something to look.
no, go ahead.
No, go for it. I'm listening.
No, cause yeah, cause it'll be like I definitely need a cameraman too, cause like I be doing everything by myself,
Right,
Yeah, so
right, bro. Like, yeah, that's 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 just fun. To me. That's it's just funny how it all how it all worked out, and yeah, dude. That's some and another thing too. I was thinking about right now. I was like, maybe you can even like ask your supporters and stuff on TikTok and be like, hey, what do you guys want to see next? You know what I mean? And just like kind of go from there if you ever run out of ideas. You know what I mean? Because people on the outside always have question and are always suspicious of, you know, you can even tell like prison, like, or not prison, like jail, like county jail, like stories, negatives and positives, stuff like that too as well. If you ever run out of ideas, but I like the skits. The skits are, it's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one. But I'm not gonna keep you too long, bro. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. It's a Saturday night. I don't want to keep you, bro. But it's truly an honor, and I really appreciate you coming on my podcast. And blessings your way, brother. If you ever need anything, shoot me a text on there on TikTok, or I can shoot you my phone as well, phone number. But I want to do part 2 with you for sure down the road. But like I said, December, mark my word, at least 1 million, at least a
That's the
million.
goal, right? That's the goal.
That's the goal. But if you need anything, brother, contact me and I got you. But like I said, I appreciate you for coming on my channel.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Salute, brother. Have a good one.
All right, man. Have a good night.
You too.